Morning and welcome on board this heavily delayed Monday morning flight from Kirkwall EGPA to Stornoway EGPO. Without further ado, I think it's high time we got into the cockpit and got this flight underway. The passengers have been waiting too long for this flight to get going. As you can see on the map, it's 120 nautical miles, a 45-minute flight, and we'll be flying at flight level 120. So a very short hop really. And without further ado, let's get some power to the aircraft. So we want a battery, and let's set that on, and then we need to turn the alarms off. We also need to turn the avionics on, set the GPS, and now turn on the FMC. Like so. So that's done. And we now need to pressurize the cabin so the passengers will be nice and happy. Otherwise, this could be the end of the series if I forget to do that. So put the armrest down. We now need to activate that, and let's switch on the traffic labels. As you can see, there is one flight already nearby, and we now need to check the weather at the airport. So let's do that now. So it's 122.0, I think. Let's put that down to 0 and then activate.
Echo Golf Papa Alpha Airport Information Mike 0920 Zulu Weather Wind 332 at 7 Visibility 10 Sky Condition Few Clouds at 1600 Scattered Ceiling 2000 Broken Temperature 10 Dew Point 9 QNH 1025 Advice on Initial Contact. You have information Mike Echo Golf Papa Alpha Airport Information Mike 0.
So there's quite a few clouds around there, and I think what we also should do is check the weather at the destination airport as well. So I think that's 122.2. This is so fiddly. So 122, yep, and it's here somewhere, decimal 2. Check this.
Echo, Golf, Papa, Oscar, Airport Information, November 0920, Zulu, Weather, Wind, Calm, Visibility 10, Sky Condition, Few Clouds at 1,500, 3,300, Scattered, Light, Rain, Temperature 9, Dew Point 8, QNH 1028, Advise on Initial Contact. You have information, November Echo, Golf, Papa, Oscar, Airport Information, November 0920.
So a few light winds and light rain, so not too bad. You need to set this, so we've got the taxi lights on, we'll put the ice on as well, tail light. Not quite sure how the weather is going to change. We'll close the main door and turn off the external power. So we now need to ask for permission from the tower for clearance.
Kirkwall Tower, Skyways 1212 is type IFR to Stornoway, ready to copy. Skyways 1212 is clear to Stornoway Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain altitude 12,000. Departure frequency is 118.3, squawk 6621.
Okay, and we will acknowledge.
Skyways 1212 cleared Stornoway Airport.
And we'll set the autopilot up. So 12,000 we need to set this to.
Skyways 1212 correct. Contact ground on 118.3.
So that's 11 and 12,000. So that's done. And we need to set the rate, climb rate to about 1200. And so that is set. Right, usual way of me doing my checklist. Bit of fuel. So both engines have successfully started, which is good. And we just need to wait until the engines settle down. So that's done. No lights on the Christmas tree, as I call it. And we're now to request taxi.
Kirkwall ground, Skyways 1212, request taxi IFR. Skyways 1212.
So we're going to be taking off from runway 27, just via taxiway E, which I'm pretty sure is the way that we came in from the last flight, all those months ago. So we'll acknowledge taxi clearance. We're ready for pushback. Probably should have done the pushback before I started the engines. In fact, I'm pretty sure I should have done that. Never mind, I'll remember that for the next flight. It's all about a learning process. If this is your first time on board, a very warm welcome to you. And I would like to say thank you for the comments I've had on the last video. One of the passengers on board didn't appreciate the taxi music, so there's no taxi music on this flight. We aim to please the passengers, that's what it's all about. So we're pushing back now. So if you do have any comments or suggestions, then please do feel free to add them on the bottom. Doing this commentary stuff is quite nerve-wracking, and who knows how the flight is going to turn out. Main thing obviously is getting there in one piece so we can continue on. Whoops, that was pretty close. Nearly run out of onto the grass there. Not a good start. So we need to increase the prop pitch a little bit, and now we can begin our taxi down to the runway. So parking brake off. We need to do a control check. So full left, full right, up, down, and rudders, left, right, that's good. So all controls are working. So we'll increase the prop pitch, bit of throttle, and hopefully she will start moving. I do most of my flying in this plane. It's great on a smooth flight, but what I have noticed, it does have a tendency to throw the passengers around a little bit if it gets rough. So we'll just have to wait and see what sort of flight we have today. Now the technical issues have been sorted out, we will be resuming weekly flights. So hopefully this video will be up in the next couple of days, and then I will already be starting the third leg. The passengers are quiet, which is good, they're strapped in. And as you can see, not a bad view out of the window. Okay, it's not really sunny, but at least it's not raining. Flaps are already set, as you can see, and we're just going past a little building there, a few more cars, looks like the control tower. So we'll continue down the taxiway. I've set the pressure and I can't see any warning lights, so I think we are pretty ready to go. Engines are both stable. Don't think I've forgotten to do anything. It's quite a long taxiway down on this airport. Hopefully try and keep it in the centre, which will be good. So it's very good to be back with you once again. So we need to reset the time. So we're aiming for about 45 minutes flight, and not quite sure how much of the video I'm going to cut. Just trying out a few different ideas with replays and that sort of stuff, but do let me know what you think. So we're now approaching runway 27, so we need to stop and ask for permission to take off basically. So we'll just hold it there and we will request clearance.
Kirkwall Tower, Skyways 1212 at runway 27, ready for departure. IFR to Stornoway. Skyways
Landing lights on,
1212,
taxi lights off.
Runway 27, Northwest wind 334 at 7.
And acknowledge. That's okay.
Takeoff, runway 27.
So wind is at 7, so not too strong. Not quite sure what the maximum wind speed for takeoff would be in this plane. So let's have a quick look left and right. Can't see any traffic, so I'm going to increase the throttle and park and brake off and start the clock. So let's go. Right, let's line up on the runway. Okay, that's looking good. So we just need to do our final check before we go. So we're going to stop here. Park and brake on. Need to set that to GPS, which is done. That's good. Light check, all looking good. Seatbelts is on. Landing lights are on, taxi light is off, no warning lights. Just going to turn the order feather on and increase the throttle. And now brakes off and away we go. So trying to keep it on the centre line. Wind isn't pushing me to the left or to the right at the moment, and full power. It's pushing me to the right, so I need to counteract that with a bit of left rudder. Knots and V1, rotate. Gears up, looking good. Climb through 500 feet.
Skyway is 1212. Contact Kirkwall departure on 118.
And acknowledge. Let's do that.
Contact Kirkwall departure on 118.3. Skyway is 1212.
And it's goodbye to Kirkwall. Now we're going to tune into Kirkwall departure.
Kirkwall departure. Skyway is 1212. Is climbing through 1,100 for altitude 12,000. Skyway is 1212. Kirkwall departure. Roger. Altimeter 3027. Skyway is 1212. Turn left.
So we need to turn left 255, which isn't too far from where we're actually at the moment already anyway.
Turn left heading 255. Proceed on course. Climb altitude.
So we're going to engage the autopilot now
1212.
and switch to nav mode and let the computer do the work. As you can see from outside the window, visibility isn't that great here at the moment. We're just passing through those low level clouds. I think they said about 1600 feet when we listened to the weather report earlier. Well, hopefully once we get above the clouds we'll have a nice view, but it's not the most amazing weather for flying. Just passing 2,700 feet now. Flaps up, gears up obviously. A little bit of turbulence there. And we're definitely in the clouds now, so I do expect to get buffeted around just a little bit as we go through. Passengers have got their seatbelts on anyway, so they'll be okay. Plus the flight attendant can give us some drinks once we get to cruising altitude, which will of course is 12,000. So we'll have to think about reducing power shortly. It's amazingly stable at the moment, just slight turbulence. Considering we're going through these clouds, I thought it would be a lot worse than this. Oh, we're beginning to come out the top of the cloud base now. Weather is of course being provided by Active Sky 16. So over 4,000 feet. Don't think we're going to get best views today. A lot of cloud around, but hopefully it will clear up as we get closer to our destination. Definitely some blue sky around, so that's not too bad. Could be one of those flights where the passengers keep their seatbelts on, I think. So we're nearly at 5,000 feet now. Still climbing. There's the sun. Being buffeted around a little bit more now. I suppose that was bound to happen. But the passengers, they'll be happy. It's amazing really they waited long enough for this flight. So climbing, nearly 6,000 now. A bit more turbulence. No warning lights, which is good. Still a lot of clouds around, as you can see, but it looks pretty nice outside. So now things are back on track. These flights will be a regular thing now. Thank you for being patient. We've had a few false starts, I know, but we're back now. And if you do have any questions, then please feel free to ask them in the comment section below. Eventually, once this series is done, then we may go on to another aircraft. But that's a long way away. Okay, we need to acknowledge from Scottish Control.
119.875, Skyways 1212.
So we're tuned to Scottish Centre.
Scottish Control, Skyways 1212 is at 7,200, climbing altitude 12,000. Skyways 1212, Scottish Control, roger, altimeter
That's done, that's good. At the moment, it's remarkably smooth. Don't think I've forgotten to do anything. Closed all the doors, the landing gear's up, the flaps are up. It's all looking pretty good so far. Also, I would recommend you check out some of my friends' YouTube channels, Ozflight Simmer, all about status, and Frickefer, which I'll put the links below. And also, if you're interested in GA, then I highly recommend if you use Twitch. A friend of mine called UK Jim, he uses A2A aircraft and quite regularly does tours of the UK using the Comanche, which is an amazing aircraft, highly recommended. So I'll post all the links below. They're a great set of guys, very friendly and always willing to answer questions, so do please check them out. So airspace is clear, we're on target and we are You see one plane there, just it's that fly, maybe it's the flyby that we saw earlier. So we're nearly approaching 10,000 feet. And we're high above the clouds now. It's just great to be back in the air. What a nice view. So I will come back to you shortly. I think what I will do is leave you to enjoy some of the views on the outside. I'll turn the landing lights off now, and I'll tell you what, we'll let the passengers can roam around if they're brave enough, as it's pretty smooth. I'll leave you with an outside view, and I will come back to you shortly. So enjoy.
Echo, Golf, Papa, Oscar, airport information, Romeo 1020, Zulu, weather, wind 343, at 5, visibility 10, sky condition, few clouds at 2,300, light rain, temperature 9, dew point 8, QNH 1028, advise on initial contact, you have information, Romeo, Echo, Golf, Papa, Oscar, airport information.
So light rain on approach, and also there are some clouds, so I am wondering what the visibility will be like. It said 10, so not too bad. As you can see, we're being bounced around just a little bit, which I thought might be the case, and we are back over land now, but as you can see there are lots of clouds around.
Skyways 1212, turn right, heading 250.
Right, so we need to turn right to 250, so let's do that now.
Right, heading 250, Skyways 1212.
That is set. Yeah, clouds is definitely building back up. As long as it's light rain and I can see the runway, I'll be happy. The lovely cabin crew Sarah's brought me a cup of tea, so I'm drinking that now.
Skyways 1212, descend altitude.
So we need to descend to 3,000 feet, and then once we've done that I'll tell you a bit more about our destination for today.
Skyways
So we need to set this down to 3000. So that is set. We're descending quite quickly. We need to reduce the power as well, because we're flying pretty fast at the moment. So that is set as well. So about our destination, we are of course landing at Stornoway, which is also known as EGPO. It's an airfield located 2 nautical miles east of the town of Stornoway on the Isle of Lewis in Scotland. The airfield was opened in 1937 and was then used mainly for military purposes. The Royal Air Force had an airbase there during the Second World War, and also from 1972 to 1998, when it was a NATO forward operating base. During the Cold War, and from 1960 to 1983, the airfield was the home of the 112 Singles Unit of Stornoway, and NATO aircraft used the airport for missions over the North Atlantic and for stopovers en route to Greenland and the USA. The airport is owned by HIAL even, a company controlled by the Scottish Government. Nowadays the airfield is mainly used for domestic passenger services. The Royal Mail also have a daily flight. Bristow helicopters operate helicopters equipped for search and rescue there on behalf of the government. We're now descending below 10,000 feet, so seatbelt sights go on and landing lights go on. Airliners that use the actual airport these days are Eastern Airways, who fly to Aberdeen, Flybe, who fly to Bunbacula, Edinburgh, Glasgow and Inverness, but these will be ending on the 31st of August next year, and then Loganair will be using a new schedule as of the 1st of September to August. On the 8th of December 1983, a Cessna Citation crashed into the sea on approach to Stornoway Airport, killing 10 passengers and crew, sadly. So as you can see now, the sky is clearing a little bit, which is good news. So maybe the clouds won't be too bad after all. Speed is looking good, and we are now levelled out at 3,000 feet. So far, so good. Just thinking, have I forgotten to do anything? Don't think so at the moment. Thankfully the plane has settled down now. It was a bit rough earlier, that's for sure. I was getting a bit worried. I need to finish my tea before we land, because if it's a rough landing we'll end up with tea in the cockpit, and that wouldn't be a good idea. Okay, tea's in the cup holder. Can't see any other traffic around at the moment. Let's have a look on here. As you can see, the airport is just over to the right, and we'll check out the information. So ILS frequency is 110.90, and the runway is pretty long, and as you can see there, 725, 3,570 foot. 1826 is 7,185 foot. So we now need to contact Stornoway approach so we can set that back. Won't be long to land now. So let's acknowledge, handoff.
123.5, goodbye.
And now we need to contact Stornoway approach.
Stornoway approach, Skyways 1212, with you.
So we're at 3,000. And the altimeter is now 3035. So that is set. Getting a bit nervous now. It's been a while since I've landed.
Skyways 1212, turn right heading 275.
So we need to turn right, heading 275. So let's do that now. Acknowledge first.
Turn right heading 275.
Turning right to 275. There's those clouds that the weather mentioned So it's still definitely a little bit hazy out there. As you can see, the airport is going to be over on the right hand side, but at the moment certainly can't see it anywhere. Let's have a look. Yep, there's the airport just over there, so we're not very far away at all. So it's looking good. And with this airport we will be doing an RLS approach, which I know how to do those, so it's the visual ones that surprise me, especially if the visibility is bad, which I suppose technically you wouldn't be able to land if the weather was bad and you were doing VFR. You would have to use RLS. If you were in a plane that didn't have it, then you'd be in trouble. I suppose you wouldn't take off in the first place, would you, because of the weather? So anyway, I hope you are enjoying the flight. It does feel good to be back doing this again, so I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. These passengers have paid me a lot of money, so they've got to get their 18 flights in. A bit more tea before touchdown. Yeah, those clouds are definitely forming up ahead, so hopefully we will turn right before we get to those. Speed is looking good, so I'm happy with the speed. And at the moment there's not much for me to do apart from sit back and enjoy the ride. Yep, I think the airport is going to be over. It's over there definitely. I expect the tower to vector me soon. 305, that's turning me away I think. No, that's good. Turning right, so we are heading towards the airport now. There we go. I'm not sure whether you guys prefer me using the inbuilt ATC or whether you would like me just to fly directly to the airport. Perhaps you can let me know. Turning 335 now, so we're definitely on the approach now. Getting towards the approach. Yeah, so perhaps you guys let me know what you want to do about the ATC. I could just use it just for takeoff and then for the actual landing. I know a lot of other guys don't actually use the inbuilt ATC. I've got quite used to it now. I don't think it's too bad. There's those clouds, so I think we're going to be underneath the clouds.
Skyways 1212, descend altitude.
So we now need to descend to 2000 now.
Descend altitude.
So we need to do this pretty sharpish before the ATC gets stroppy and tells me to hurry up. So we're now descending. Flying time 40 minutes. So they said 45, and here comes the turbulence again. Hold on to your hats. Passengers aren't moaning yet. They've had a skinful probably. All courtesy. Free drinks. Me flying the plane, of course, I'm drinking tea, and surprise, surprise, ATC having a go because I'm not descending fast enough. 1,000 feet a minute's pretty quick. Quick enough anyway, and we are really being pushed around now. This is worrying me slightly. Does that mean that the approach is going to be like this as well? I hope not. I think the light rain, you can hear the rain as well, so it's not going to be the best ever weather for landing, but we're nearly there now. Should see the airport soon, but as you can see, it's just hazy. Can I see the airport? Not just yet. Oh, I think it's just by the left windscreen wiper. 10 miles. They said visibility was 10. Right, so literally keep your eyes peeled because we should see the runway lights any moment. I'm not going to put the gear down yet. Cool, can't see the lights, and yet we should be pretty much on top of that now. There we go, can see the runway, see the lights, just. So we are doing a visual. I got me bearings confused, not using an RLS after all. Okay, deep breath. Haven't done one of these in a long time. Now I'm getting a bit scared. Time to put on the brown trousers because we might need them. 7 miles to go, so I need to get the gear down soon.
Inbound visual, runway 36, approach, Skyway 1212, Stornoway Tower.
I suppose not every airport has an RLS.
Altimeter 3036.
Right, I'm a bit too high, I think, because
runway 36.
yeah, I don't like the look of this. Right, I need to lose some altitude pretty sharply, so I'm going to put the gear down. So gear is coming down. I'm going to drop this now to 1,000 feet, and I think, yeah, I can't even see the runway lights now. So we're 7 miles away from the right. Now we're coming down, and yeah, I'm too high. As you can see, the lights are white. I'm going to take off the autopilot now, and I'm going to try and lose some altitude pretty sharpish. Flying time 44 minutes. That would be pretty cool if I can get it down in one go. Right, so as you can see, there's the runway. We're not even lined up. This is not looking good. So let's see if I can get it lined up. The runway's pretty long, but we're definitely too high. What I'm looking for is for 2 red and 2 white, and at the moment they're all white. Right, so I'm losing a bit more altitude now. Wind is not really pushing, everything's been pushing me to the left. This is still not really lined up. I'm losing the altitude pretty quickly now. Right, so I've got 1 red light. That's not too bad. I might be able to pull this one out of the bag just yet. Oh, I don't want to lose too much altitude now. I want to increase it a little bit. 500 feet to go. Speed is looking okay. 2 red, 2 yellow. This is good. Now I'm losing a bit too much. Now I'm too low, so I need to pull up a little bit. This is nerve-wracking. Hopefully it's not going to be a case of brace positions, so it's not looking too bad now. I think I'm going to give it a go, even though I've got white lights now. Right, I'm decreasing power. Oh, no, this is going to be close. Wow, that was close. We're down. Phew. Apply the brakes. We're not on the centre. I think what we'll do, we'll ask the tower to show us what that was looking like. Let's have a look. And here we come. Nice weather. Yeah, not very happy with that. Came down too fast. Miles too fast. Oh look, I'm going to be obscured by the houses. Well, it wasn't short of the runway, but it wasn't far off it, was it? Let's be honest. And we'll take a look from the wing view, I think, as well, just to see what it looked like from there. Well, as you saw there, definitely a little bit on the short side. Could have done with a better approach, really. Not that great. I seem to have a history of landing short. I'm not sure why. Still, for a visual approach, got it down in one piece, and I haven't heard any of the passengers complaining. So we need to get off of the runway pretty quick. Now, I know what I normally do. I end up going up using a runway as a taxiway, and I don't really want to do that this time, but I'm pretty sure we need to carry on a bit further and not go off here. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to increase throttle. We can now turn on the taxi lights and turn off the landing lights. Weather's not too bad actually. It seems to be worse on approach than it is on the ground. And I think the flying time was about right. I think they said 45 minutes, and I don't think I was too far from that, even with the crazy ATC. Now I think I can come off here. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to come off here past the windsock. It's still threatening to rain just a little bit. Right.
Skyways 1212, contact ground on 1.
You can see some planes over there, so I think I've made the right choice to come off here.
123.5, Skyways 1212, goodbye.
So we want to request taxi to parking.
Stornoway ground, Skyways 1212, taxi to parking. Skyways 1212.
Yeah, the weather is not great now. It's starting raining, but it's a lot of blue sky, so it must be an isolated shower.
Taxiing to parking using taxiway, Skyways 1212.
Do I want to use the progressive taxi? No, I don't think so. So what I'm going to do is park on the far side of this building, I think. I'm not sure where the terminal is. I'm sure the passengers won't appreciate having to walk too far. But having alcohol first thing in the morning, the exercise will do them good. And then once the plane has stopped, I can finish my tea and then file my flight plan for the next flight. Perhaps it will be a nice day after all. Yep, there's a few little GA aircraft on the right there, as you can see, helicopter as well. And what we'll do is that we'll turn just on this turning coming up on the right. There's a view of the sea there. Yeah, I think you can see the tower just over there out the right hand side window. So we're going to turn here. And then we'll turn right here. And I think we'll just park it up here. Yeah, not quite sure what this building is here. Like, it looks like a big hangar. I don't think it's the airport terminal, but the walk will definitely do them good. So that is it. So parking brake on, and we can turn that off. Flying time 50 minutes. That wasn't too shabby. Engines off, external power on, and we can stop the clock. 50 minutes 30 seconds. So what we just need to do now is clean up the aircraft. So we're going to turn everything off. We can open the door so the passengers may vacate the aircraft, taking all their belongings with them, of course. Taxi lights off, seatbelts off, all lights off, and we need to turn avionics off as well. and the external power off. I think we need to turn the batteries off, don't we? Which we haven't done yet. No, don't turn that back on. That one off, off, and off. And that is it. And that is the flight completed. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, take care.